Have you noticed something strange? The harder you try to start a conversation, the faster it dies. You say, "Hey, how are you?" And within seconds, it is over. Meanwhile, someone else walks into the same room, says only a few words, and suddenly, people lean in. It is not that they are funnier, not that they are better looking. It is something deeper when they speak. Their words have weight. Today, I am going to share 6 phrases that attract anyone. And stay with me because the fourth one is the most misunderstood. Once you get it, you will feel the shift immediately in how people respond to you. This is the Stoic secret: presence beats performance. The Stoics understood this long ago, that attraction is not about talking more. It is about saying less, but meaning every word. These are not social tricks. They are reflections of character, curiosity, honesty, empathy, silence, appreciation, and boundaries. These traits compound over time and shape how people feel in your presence. And now, let us begin. Asterisk 1. Tell me more about that. For simple words, and they open doors most people never see. Most people hear someone share something and instantly turn it into a competition. "Oh yeah, I did that too. And here's what you should do." And the spotlight snaps back to their ego. But when you say, "Tell me more about that," and then you stop talking, you create something rare: real attention. Real attention is scarce in a distracted world. People do not remember you because you were interesting. They remember you because they felt interesting around you. And that feeling stays with them long after the conversation ends. Asterisk, the next phrase, is only 3 words, but it instantly separates real confidence from insecurity. 2. I do not know. 3 words, almost no one has the courage to say. When someone asks about something you do not understand, your instinct is to pretend to sound smart, to give a vague answer that could mean anything but pretense leaks. People feel it and trust drops. Now, imagine someone who calmly says, "I do not know." No apology, no excuses, just clarity. Socrates was famous for this kind of wisdom, knowing the limits of your knowledge. Because knowledge begins where arrogance ends. And strangely, when you stop pretending, people start listening more closely and respect you more deeply. Asterisk 3. That sounds hard. When someone shares pain, stress at work, a breakup, or a failure, most people rush to fix it. You should do this. When it happened to me, and they mean well, but it often feels like judgment. Instead, say, "That sounds hard." You are not solving. You are not minimizing. You are acknowledging. Stoic strength is not cold. It is controlled. It is being gentle, without becoming weak. When you validate someone's experience, you give them a safe space to breathe, to feel seen, and to process without pressure. Asterisk, the next one is where most people fail because they fear the quiet. If you find these insights helpful, consider subscribing to the channel. It is a small click, but a meaningful way to support me as I continue this journey and walk alongside you toward a better life. One day at a time with Dr. Sophia. 4. Silence. Yes, the 4th word is silence. Most people panic the moment a conversation gets quiet. They fill the space with nervous words, random stories, and forced laughter. They think silence is failure, but silence is strength. Watch someone who is comfortable with silence. They speak less. They pause. They do not rush. When they finally speak, everyone listens, because their silence signals that what comes next matters. The Stoics knew that when you stop running from silence, you stop running from yourself, and you gain control over your inner state. Asterisk 5. I appreciate you. 3 words, but deeper than thank you. Thank you can feel transactional. You helped me. You did the task. But I appreciate you speaks to the person, not the action. It says, I see your character. Use it when someone shows consistency, loyalty, or kindness. Not often, just sincerely. Because in a world that praises productivity, Being someone who recognizes humanity is rare, memorable, and deeply attractive. Asterisk 6. No. The hardest word to say and the most freeing. People ask for your time, your energy, your attention, and many people say yes out of guilt, habit, or fear of disappointing others. But every time you say yes to what does not matter, you quietly say no to what does. Your peace, your focus, your growth. Watch someone who has learned to say no. They pause. They consider, and if the answer is no, they say it calmly. No apology, no long explanation. Because when your no is real, your yes becomes powerful. Boundaries do not push the right people away. They filter the wrong ones out. Asterisk here is the mindset that makes all 6 work. These phrases work because they are not performance. They are presence. Be curious enough to listen, humble enough to admit you do not know, gentle enough to validate, calm enough to sit in silence, aware enough to recognize others, and strong enough to protect your time. Attraction is not about adding more. 'Tis about subtracting what is unnecessary, the noise, the need to impress, and the fear of rejection. The moment you stop performing, people stop watching your act and start noticing who you are. Asterisk if this changed how you see communication. Like the video and subscribe to Dr. Sophia. Keep building calm, presence, and self-mastery one day at a time. Comment below, which of these 6 will you practice in the next 24 hours? Tell me more, I do not know. That sounds hard. Silence. I appreciate you. Or no, choose one, practice it, and watch how the world responds, because when your words finally carry weight, your presence speaks even louder.